Hello, I'm Tom Panfile, and I'm putting together this video more as a courtesy to a lot of the people on YouTube who have channels, and they video a lot of their travels on sailboats or power boats, either around the world or weekend cruisers, and I really appreciate that. And to give back to not only them but to other new people who may want to see new ideas, I've decided to be a little more regular in posting videos updates. So it's January 2015. To me, this is the start of the season. It's winter. It's finally cold on the East Coast. I sail out of the Chesapeake Bay, but I live in the Allentown, Pennsylvania area. So I'm not a full-time live aboard, but I get on the boat every chance I get, whether it's for a weekend, a few days, or even a week at a time. I'm retired, so I have a lot of time to be on the boat, either my wife and I or just myself. But what I'm going to do this year, I'm going to start early and go over some of the projects that I typically do during the wintertime. I bring things home from the boat, I refurbish it, I clean it up, revarnish, repaint, or just make something new that I've needed. So you'll be seeing a lot of that. And then over the coming months, what I may do, at least my plan, is to go back into a lot of my video archives that have never been published, as well as photographs, and show you the various projects that I've done on the boat and a lot of the things that I've made. As you'll find out in some of the coming video clips, I have a pretty good workshop. I've accumulated a lot of tools and materials over the year, so I'm a real kind of do-it-yourselfer. I have a background in engineering, although I'm retired, so it does give me some skills that maybe others don't have, and maybe this will spark some ideas for you. But I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see how it goes. All right, thanks for watching. January 2015. I consider this the beginning of the 2015 sailing season, starting in fall of the previous year, and then I go right through the winter. I start working on projects. So I'm going to go through a few of them here. This is my 30 amp connector cable. What I do is I clean it down with a little bit of Scotch-Brite and like a bathroom scrubbing cleanser, and then I put a Maguire high gloss protectant over top of it to kind of protect it from UV. The other thing I did is I made a new bimini out of Sombrella canvas and a new cover for it using snaps. The bimini, original bimini, was I think it was made in China, $110 off of eBay or Amazon, I forget. It's aluminum poles with plastic fittings, and for $60 additional, not with the kit but with a separate order, I upgraded to stainless steel fittings. So for like $170-ish, I got a nice bimini. The only problem was it only came in one color, gray, which is why I've upgraded it to beige. Actually, it's Sombrella Toast to match the rest of my boat. The other thing I've just done is I've made some rod holders. I made 3 of them, also not just for rods, but also for boat hooks. And as you can see, I've just used channels, aluminum channel, aluminum tubing. I stuck a plug of teak in the back end and a piece of plastic PVC. I have a lot of fittings laying around from different projects. I was able just to press that in. So I made 3 of those. I'm also going to be doing some fishing this year, so I got a fishing license. Bought the Shakespeare Ugly Stick. I bought a bunch of lures. I bought a open cast fishing reel. Let's see if I can get it out here. open cast fishing reel. Not a name brand, but it had a good review for like $49. And this is going to be this is an upgrade composting toilet. I had one previously. It was really just a prototype. It was made with a 5-gallon bucket with an aluminum stir rod in the middle or around the bottom. But this is an upgrade. The reason it is I have the crank handle on the side like my old one. But what it does, it turns, if you can see that, into counter-rotating mixers. And it uses the principle, if you can see the gearing, the right angle gearing are just a series of 8 bolts. It works on the Tinker Toy principle. If you're old enough to remember Tinker Toys, you'll know that. You'll know what that is. This is the urine deflector. It drains down a small fitting in the front, and then the tubing goes around the inside and then exits right here. And that's going to then tie to a lower point in the bilge by tubing. But I will be collecting. I'm not dumping it. These are 2.5-gallon collapsible plastic containers. And the reason they're collapsible, because I have a shallow area in the bilge before it drops down to the pump, and the collapsible will allow it to fit nice and snug in there. And then this is the tubing. I believe it's 1/2-inch ID tubing. That's about it for right now. I'm always working on other projects. Some of these pieces of teak are for a new toilet, like the hole there will go through the back wall in the head area to dress it up a little bit. A lot of people ask me, how do I make a lot of these parts for my boat? And fortunately, I have a pretty good shop. I have a small metal lathe, a 9x20 metal lathe. I also have a milling machine. These are Harbor Freight products. I've had them for a few years. And I have a pretty good shop. Bandsaw, drill press, radial arm saw. I have a chop saw, a belt sander on a table, another grinding wheel for doing non-ferrous metal, and also a bandsaw for metal. So I have quite a bit. Plus, I maintain a pretty good stock of hand tools. In addition, I'm always looking for scrap metal, whether it be brass, stainless. There's the stainless over here, or aluminum. I mean, this isn't all scrap. Some of this I bought. And then a good supply of steel shapes in the back. And then other shapes that I bought or reclaimed from brass, aluminum, and various steel shapes. So all in all, I have a pretty good inventory of both materials and tools. Well, that's it for this video. I appreciate you watching. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And I always like comments. Anything you didn't understand or you have questions, I really appreciate your feedback. Happy sailing.